healthcare is that the healthcare is, we claim that the health is free. Indeed, the health is free in Oyo State. The government, during our first tenure, built 320 primary healthcare centers, in which almost 90% of it, if not more than 90% of it, are accessible. You can check around. I was involved in constructing all those healthcare, have free access to healthcare. Which our association to make sure that they support our education. Government alone cannot and will never get all the resources for the education of persons with disability, and that is a fact. I want to believe again that the government alone cannot see to the issue of unemployment of persons with disability. That's why I'm giving it to Jobberman for putting this together, to empower that they are putting the programs together that will empower us, that will prepare us for persons with disability. But again, I want to advise that you also put in place in your proposals or in your plan for those of us that are uneducated. You see, most of us that are on the street, they are not planning to be on the street. They are not meant to be on the street. They are not willing to be on the street. But because of lack of fund, there's nothing they can do that will be a street beggar. Imagine a blind person who is not educated. No blind person or person living with visual impairment can do any casual job. You can imagine me planning to be a gateman. I cannot. I cannot be a bus conductor. I cannot ride a bike. I cannot use marwa. And I cannot be a driver to anybody. It's either I'm educated or, secondly, God forbid, be on the street. Persons with disability, especially those of us that are living with visual impairment, our education is quite expensive. That they support us always. That's why you see a lot of persons that are living with visual impairment on the street because they cannot afford to get education. They are unemployed. The government, on our own part, we do our best to empower those that are on the street there in order to get them off the street. But I am telling you, government alone will not and cannot do it alone. Another major problem that we need to address as agency for persons with grateful, they are the one that make us to be where we are today. But with the support of media, with that, we will also need the support of the media that will make the public to know our right, to preach our right to the public. The law has been passed, has been signed, but if the public are not aware, there's nothing we can do. I want to encourage the media to always come around and continually give us support. Now, another major is religious bodies. Most of the religious bodies are giving us what to do. Most religious bodies have made us to be where we are today because they believe in the Quran and in the Bible that they should help us. This is no more a matter of helping or matter of assistance. It's now our right. So it is advisable for the religious body and our agency also will equally be put a training in place for religious body so that they will be aware. The most disappointing part is that we will also be working with Nigeria Bar Association because most of our people are not aware of their legal right. And a lot of things assault are going on out there. So our agency is scheduled with the responsibility for putting our legal department in place for persons with disability to finally, I will want to round up by appreciating the Jobberman for putting this workshop together in order to and getting them prepared to tackle the. Again, I want to appreciate my people for coming around for this program. Don't mind me, I've been stressed for almost 2 weeks. And by the grace of God, we will have a nice time together when next we will meet. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
The Director General, Oyo State Agency for Persons with Disability. Please clap for him as he goes back to his seat. Thank you so much for things. Thank you so much for also paying rapt attention while he was speaking. All right, Jobberman. The room is cold. Jobberman. Empowered to achieve more. All right, thank you so much. I will just take some few housekeeping rules. Please, in case you want to use the restroom, you can walk, if you walk out, or you can just ask any of the ushers. Also, if you have any difficulties or you have any questions, the ushers are your go-to person. So we want you to feel. Also, we'd like to acknowledge our online participants. Once I read the profile, please, a round of applause. We follow so that she can come off stage. Mrs. continues to be a pivotal figure in disability community, dedicated to empowering and advocating for persons with disability through his various leadership roles and initiatives. He's already here. Please give him a warm welcome. Thank you so much. All right, so before we continue this section, or before we begin this section proper, let me inform you that in case you would have any questions at any point in time during the section, please put it down, because you will be allowed to ask questions after the panel discussion. Our panelists has been introduced, and again, I'd like to inform us that this panel discussion is about highlighting the unique challenges that persons with disabilities face and how to become more, how they can be empowered to become more personally and professionally. So my first, all right, she prefers to speak. Please go ahead, ma'am.
It started like it's so I see it all as part of God. It's like websites, applications that we use today. It is limited to only people who do not have disabilities. And I thought of the initiative to make these things more inclusive to people with disability, because the web, the internet, is where people with disabilities have the most freedom. Unlike buildings that are restricted, accessible to everybody, including people with disability, is the goal in the tech field and my community.
So I would like to know what are your experience your office has done for persons with disability.
And I have lived with disability, as I said the other time, for quite some years now, over 6 decades. And I grew with disabilities, my disability. And I have found persons with disability, the ordinary you, my people, and I won't like to deceive the organizers. Sure that we proved when secondary in that school. Look, it was not like your days now. Very many people now clap for who. She said, what can you teach? I said, I can teach English language, I can teach history, and I can teach Christian religious knowledges. She said, okay, come. Next week, come and teach Form 5. There was no SSS classes there. School being used in that school up to today was composed by my humble self.
Wow.
Because
that's profound.
Many people who are here know that I'm a singer.
Wow.
I'm a singer. So I formed the school choir, I composed the school anthem, and by the grace of God, up to today, I have people, I have students who are lecturers, when they want to do any meeting, they invite me to that school.
Wow.
So we as persons with disabilities, when they don't want to give us, they didn't tell me to form any ourselves.
Wow.
Let us prove ourselves that we are capable, we are able, just like that by song, give us a chance. So that's the experience.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olu Kayode. Thank you so much, sir. So it goes beyond having the potential. It goes beyond having the skills. It goes beyond having the talent. It's about stretching beyond the limit, Mr. Olu Kayode. So I would come back to you, Miss Victoria Ota. Now we've seen diverse problems, diverse challenges, diverse issues facing this community. What are your recommendations for organizations to leverage on digital technology to create a more inclusive environment that can support them in the workspace?
A lot of organizations have gone digital, from banking sectors to hospitals and the rest. They've all gone digital. And like I said, the web is where there is the most freedom. So implementation of accessibility, why build these products to accommodate everybody, including people with disabilities, is very important. And there are means that have been made possible, be a success, means using assistive technologies instead from the foundation. At this point, it's no longer a favor. They are not doing a favor to people with disabilities. It is a part of the product to be built, right? There's a law called WCAG law for the web. These products are found wanting, they are to be penalized. Standard accessibility guidelines, right? That is one way. Another way is why creating awareness. There are a lot of tech to teach people tech, to introduce tech to people. Like I said, tech is a growing sector of elevators. You will see stairs without slide stairs, just like the one we have on the stage right now, right? To accommodate people who are wheelchair users and the likes, right? You see restrooms that are not.
He said he has pointed out some of the things being done, like the learning about distribution of palliative or whatever they want to give to persons with disabilities. And currently with identification cards. So these identification cards, of course, most of us, our disabilities.
It's going to take us some time to get all these things, to put this together. Now the governor commissioned the airport committee for Oyo State, Ibadan Alake Airport to become an international airport. They didn't invite me to join that committee. I went there and joined myself. And I told His Excellency I'm needed already for who deals with access. Them there. Who deals with access. Them there. Because nothing about us without us.
It is going to be an extra. Let me walk into the shop and go and buy what I want to buy instead of me getting scammed, right? But don't patronize everybody. Be sure of vendors. I personally do not patronize all Instagram vendors or all TikTok vendors. I allow someone personal to me give me a recommendation. Opportunity.
Wow, thank you. Your question has been answered. Being careful and validating the accounts that you want to, or business
abilities. Before we people came on board, people like me came on board, they are now available. So gradually, for the deaf, as time goes on, you will see that some of these things, when we have interpreters all over the place, you get here, you see interpreters, you get them to be reduced. to the barest minimum. So we just say to my people that
one love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying, one love. Hear the children crying, one heart, saying give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let them all pass all their dirty remarks. One love. There is one question I'd really love to ask. One heart. Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind? Just a Savior's own belief. One love. What about a one heart? Together and feel alright. As it was in the beginning, one love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Alright. Thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. One more thing. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon.
I would like to inform us that we have those of us that have white tag. The ushers will be coming for us soon for an information. Please make welcome Mr. Andrew Oliko. A round of applause to him. Celebrate him.
Yeah, it's really good to be here today. It's good to see all your beautiful faces. Yeah, so we are here for the CV writing, LinkedIn optimization, and interview preparation. So I'll be taking you on. We know about Jobberman, we're the #1 recruitment platform, and yeah. So I'm going to be teaching us a few tips on how we can tailor our CV, what employers expect, us to have on our CVs. So we basically understand what it means. So your CV is basically your marketing tool you use to put yourself out there professionally, okay? It's a document that you use whenever you want to apply for a job. Now, there are ways that you are actually expected to write this CV so that you can achieve what you want to achieve, okay? One of the things you need to do is that when writing your CV, you should always try to tailor it to the job that you are applying for. What am I trying to say? Don't use one CV to apply for all types of jobs. Using one CV to apply for tailor, fashion designer, customer service. No, always try to tailor it for the particular job, okay? Then also when writing it, try to use simple fonts. Don't use complicated fonts on your CV. You don't need to draw graphs on your CV, use charts and all of that. No, just try to use a simple template, okay? Also, it's very important, also check for spelling and grammatical errors. I'm sure you can, there's sometimes you write and you notice that, okay, there are mistakes, on your CV and all of that, but try to always check for grammatical errors and all of that. And also, very important, only include relevant information on your CV so as not to waste the employer's time or even, take up space on your CV. What are the relevant information? Your name, your full name, your email, your phone number. So the recruiter or the employer, they don't need your house address. Number 3, Olorungbeja Street, Ibadan, blah, blah, blah. No. Just say Ibadan, Oyo State. That is fine. Okay? And your email as well on your CV. You should always have your email there as well. So, so I have I don't know if it's showing, because I have a screenshot for them to observe what I'm saying. Well, anyway, I can proceed. So on a typical CV, you usually have sections on a typical CV. So you have the introductory section. That's where you have your name, your full name, your phone number, your email. Then you also have your professional summary. That is, it's basically just talking about who you are professionally. If you're a fashion designer, if you're a tailor, it's just like 3 to 4 lines speaking to who you are. will contain the place you have. Now, I want you to put in yourself out there for opportunities. But with LinkedIn, you set it up. You say so that they don't think you are. Okay? So listen carefully to the interviewer, okay? You have worked before. You have everything. I mean, that's why you applied for that job. You can use past experiences, demonstrate the skills that you have, and relate it to the needs of that company. Okay? It's very simple as that. Okay? Then also project confidence through non-verbal communication. I mean, like I said, the way you sit, the way you understand what I'm saying. So the way you sit, you should for the opportunity to interview, and then just generally follow and just give me one. So, have you chosen already? Okay. You've chosen, okay.
Okay, I'm Lawa Ruth. My question goes thus, concerning the CV. In the space of experience, what if somebody does not have experience? Like, it's not our job that we have experience for.
Please, can you say that again? Thank you.
Concerning the CV, the space that involves experience, what if the person does not have experience? Because most of us, for example, me, I'm a fresh graduate, and basically all the experiences I had was on teaching. It's basically teaching experience. But I've taken some management and applying for posts in companies that requires experience. Is there any way we can fill that void so that it will attract our employee?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I get your question. And I'm glad you experienced, but you want to apply for project management-based jobs, right? Have you done any internship in project management? Internship, CV. Yes, that should be on your CV. Or you think because it's volunteer or internship important. And I mean, you're good to go. Thank you. So I can actually take 2 more questions. Two. So it's a company that actually upholds the DEI framework. I mean, why? So why put it?
To cope with this job.
Okay.
They just reminded you that you are a person with disability. So what's the response to that question? Because I've had those questions like several times. I think the only interview I've ever need as a person with disability, when in place of emergency, I work with Legend Airport Hotel. Your condition, how do you think?
One and yeah.
Keep the applause going. Thank you so much. And but Jobberman, empowered to achieve more. All right, just look at the person seated beside you. Tell the person, I'm empowered to achieve more.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we want to get this slide working. So let's give them a few minutes.
out throwbacks. This is for the ladies. We got room keys. Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? Baby, I will leave you my room key. I'm feeling the way you get on it. Checking out 6 in the morning.
I be staying in a hotel, not the motel or the Holiday Inn. If that girl don't participate, well then I'ma take a friend. But
and everything was feeling right. People started dancing. Get your dancing shoes, get your dancing shoes.
The web is necessary to make sales, right? So this is simply what a digital product is. It's not rocket science. It's not something extra, right? It ranges from the social media to websites to mobile applications to e-commerce to advertising tools, online learning platforms. These are what social media products, these are what digital products are. And we have our Twitter, and the list goes on and on. And we sales to get customers locally and internationally, right? So we also have e-commerce websites. Breaking it down, we have Jumia, we have Konga, Gigi, Spotify. A lot of people who product they are selling, whether it's shoes or bags. That's why when you order on Jumia, right, it also fosters inclusion, right? Digital products accommodate people who are marginalized. It helps people with disabilities to order things. Nobody is going to ask you, oh, are you going to come to this location? Are you able to come to this location? They don't even get to see you. You place your order, you pick it up, and that is what digital products does for you. It also improves customer experience. We know that customer service most times is a hassle, especially if it is left for one person, right? The product and they sell it for you. If possible, if it is affordable on your own end, use that method to in marketing, right? To explain it in the simplest, I don't know if there are people who use TikTok here. So trending. When something is trending on TikTok, presence to grow your business. Strategic marketing. I don't know if anybody here has subscribed to a newsletter. Yeah, newsletter is your newsletter to do to tell a story that is going to captivate people's attention. When you learn skills from the womb, you just learn it. Flutterwave
Foundation, and what I want to say is that I want to employ Jobberman to make their platform accessible for we screen readers. So that is, person with visual find it difficult at times to navigate through the website. So these cookies that we do see on the website makes it more cumbersome for people, for our young ones who are be included, for person with disability. in order to make their education more easier, because MTN Foundation has really tried for us in that regard. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I will be taking the final question, the final feedback.
Jobberman, perspective of whatever challenges we are going through, and also we should also, as other people, we should limit ourselves and limit ourselves to certain things. Fine, people that feel they have opportunities, but when we don't have the opportunity, we should also create opportunity by ourselves.
In terms of feedback for today, so
inclusivity, and that is why this program in itself is achievable. I think they deserve a round of applause. And to the biggest part of this event, this forum today, which I believe that if this part was not there, this program wouldn't have even started or been a
Jobberman, empowered to achieve more. Thank you. My name is Brian Lee Ololuwa.
The grand life I was searching for was looking me right in the eye. Was already my own.
Please, we need to do something very important for the social media presence. So we want to say Jobberman. Powered to achieve more. To the camera, we would really appreciate. So if you can go on your feet for a minute. Thank you. Please, we can be on our feet, please. And focus on the camera. All right, so I would say Jobberman to achieve more. I would say Mastercard Foundation, you would say empowered to achieve more. Jobberman, please, this is the camera. Let's go again. Jobberman, Mastercard Foundation.
tó ń lo sẹ̀lẹ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ mélòó la fẹ́ ká inú ẹ̀yìn adípèlé àtòwúrẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ iṣu kan nìyàn ajúra wa lọ́jọ́ àní tìjàkadì kan kò ní tẹ́ lọ́la kúta pọ́n superstar àròkè area oge champion think about Americally alert so you have to that if I know they are party you know you are missing you know where no go plenty you know guys no go happy cause they won't be marrying me I think wala community photocopy go easy you can never be like me this is my identity Tani take it and cut abala na ikupani eko opa adiku bale ala ko meji ila katabu bale ala ko plenty ko leye won bo mi se wonu agbon Sanfiani place them on fit to need dancing if I know they party you know you are missing you know